Good day everyone, welcome back to Fighters Trading Channel, back again with another daily market analysis video. Today is Wednesday, the 19th of March 2025, and without further ado, let's hop into the markets. So, taking a look at NAS 100 first and foremost. Yesterday, we thought that the markets were going to push up. All our analyses pointed towards a push higher. We saw the break of the 50 MA as well as the RSI being above 50 and 70. So on a higher time frame, many of our confluences aligned. And from that perspective, we were expecting that push up, and markets will do what the markets do. And the price actually ended up being in a bit of a consolidative phase and dropped significantly at around let's go into the 1 hour and see. It dropped around 3 o'clock yesterday after showing some signs of bearish nature stepping into the market. So bears are still very much in control when it comes to NAS 100. For that reason, we are back on the shorts bandwagon. Now, just coming back to the higher time frame, how are we confirming this? Is that price is again trading below the 50 MA. As we can see that this wasn't so much a break of the 50 MA as it was a test of the 50 moving average. And we can see price is back below 50 and between 30 on the RSI, and thus that gives us a bearish confluence. We also do have signs of bearish nature where we can see the bearish pin bar followed by a bearish engulfing and then a massive bearish engulfing again at that 12 o'clock candle. So that being said, back on the shorts, we can see that on the 1 hour price is in a consolidative phase. Now where we're seeing the consolidative phase is right here. So we have our support at 41.44 at 19.447. And then we have our resistance at 19.570 in that vicinity right there. So very tight consolidative phase that price is currently in. I did take a trade this morning, did not work out. I took a short position right at the bottom of this, thinking I was going to keep going. But again, make plans, the market laughs. I'll probably start looking for a short at this level now. We also do have a bit of a broad range consolidation. I do want to note that this level here at the support at 19,150 and then resistance potentially at 19,750. Although price did break out to the 19,900 and thus it does invalidate it on a higher time frame. On a lower time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, but it seems to hold true on the 4 hour. So something just to note, I mean, if I mark it up here, there is some validity to it because it's a 2-point touch. The price breaking out and then breaking back in. So I'm keeping my eye out on that. However, what I do expect to happen is price is going to keep moving to the downside after a break of that bullish trend line that we had marked out in the 1 hour, with a pivot point being created here at 19,700. Expecting price to keep going up, testing 19,700 and then pushing further down. We don't see a test of 19,700. We could potentially just see a push of 19,570, which is the resistance level we are currently working in within the tight consolidation zone right here. Between these points, we have about just over 130 pips to work with. So it is more than a 10-point difference. It's about 30 to 14-point difference. So we can actually get a pretty decent trade there and trade it all the way to the bottom. That being said, looking at the 50 MA, we've seen prices back below the 50 MA despite it being in a consolidation. The consolidation is pretty invalidated while it was trading on the 1 hour for a while. I expected that this break above would keep pushing higher, but as we can see, we broke back below. Being below the consolidation, the shorts are definitely in play, and we can see that the RSI is at a consolidative phase at 50, but it is below 50. So below 50 and 30, we have a bearish tone in the market, thus looking for shorts. So on the 5-minute, let's see what we can observe. Yeah, so I took a trade out there after that big push. So the 5-minute, I'm definitely waiting for bearish tone. I can see some type of opportunity coming in here with the evening candle and then a bearish confirmation. I will definitely check this one out. In fact, let's just do a quick analysis now. Potentially take that opportunity there. 1:3 opportunity as well. Why not? So we have that evening star formation followed by a bearish confirmation on the 5-minute time frame. All our signs point towards the bears being in control. Although we have the RSI above 50 right now, we are seeing the bearish nature from a higher time frame. It does concern me that it is a consolidation, but we are tapping that resistance level. So are we taking this trade? Are we not? Let's just do a quick analysis. So on the trading log, what we're going to do is put in our short and our long positions. So our stop loss would be at, we should actually make our stop loss above the resistance zone, but that would invalidate the 1:3. So if we place it above the zone here at 19,570, and then our entry will be 19,544. Okay, so marking here, marking there for our stop loss. I actually do need to just freeze paint this one, so let me just freeze paint top row. Cool, beautiful. So if we were to freeze paint that, what we can see is that the lot size is 0.31, which is pretty freaking high. Not sure if I'm actually going to take that opportunity. I'm going to wait for it to play out first. I think we can actually push higher, and I may take the opportunity off the actual resistance line, and that would be a little bit more valid for what I'm looking for. Okay, but anyway, let's move on to US 30 and see what's happening here. So just switching to a higher time frame. What we can see on US 30 on the 4-hour time frame is that the bears are still very much in control, but we have a lot of indecision going on right now. We can see that the RSI is very close to 50. Price is actually trading upon the 50 simple moving average at the moment, and we have a lot of indecision candles. Our spinning tops, dojis. I mean, we have a bullish pin bar there, but then another doji. So you know what? This is not tradable per the 4-hour time frame. If anything, we are very much just in consolidation right now. Again, coming onto the 1 hour, I think this is confirmed. Price is trading upon that 50 moving average on the 1 hour too, and we are at 50 on the RSI. So clearly very, very consolidated, very tight ranges, not trading this pair. I think it is just super tight, super consolidative. I mean, I don't even have a trend line to place here. The market is deciding where it's going next per the time in which we are doing this analysis. Should the New York session open later and we get a directional bias to trade from, then we can determine market directionality. But at this moment, while the London session is in play and the New York session is closed, we do not have market directionality. Thus, we're not trading this market. Gold. Yo, this has been an absolute monster of recent, hitting all-time highs every single day. So, what can we see with gold? On the 4-hour time frame, we are still in that overextended region. We can see price has retraced a bit, but still above 70, still very bullish. Per the RSI, we can see that we are far removed from the 50 moving average. Price deeply needs a retracement at some point. Don't think it's going to come anytime soon, but it keeps popping up. We have our zones of consolidation, and it has tight consolidation, as we can see here. Lots of indecision, lots of unknowing where it's going to go, and then it pops and it just flies to the upside. So right now we are in that consolidative phase per the 4-hour. We can see some doji candles. We can see spinning tops. We can see some bearish hanging man. can see some bullish pin bars. So as you can see, very undecided. Moving down is the 1 hour. What we can see is that price is actually on the RSI very close to 50, above 50 actually, between 50 and 70. So it's bullish. Price did tap that overextended region, and then it actually gave us some bearish divergence before dropping, which was interesting. Because then it had a significant, well, in the context of what's been going on recently with gold, significance in that it had a drop, and we seem that it seems that the bulls have found the support again at 3027 and are pushing higher. The reason why my support levels here is because I was looking for 3 touches. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and price breaking back above that level and pushing higher at the moment. We can see very consolidative nature here, as we noticed on the 4 hour. Price is consolidating despite the deep drop. Taking a look at other confluences, we are seeing price trading above the 50 MA, very close to 50 MA. So the bulls still very much in control. The bulls are owning this market right now. But hitting those all-time highs, we are trading at a risk because we do not know what levels are being created. Only when the market drops will we have levels which we can trade off moving forward. But right now we do not have those, and thus it is a very risky market in which we are trading, if we are trading it. So we can see that on the 5-minute time frame, price had a significant push up, significant drop at the London session, and then has just been moving higher since then. We have significant spikes to the upside. So very, very uncorrelated with very little market directionality in the short term. So hard to actually figure out where this market is going, and that's okay. I think I'm still staying out of gold until I see a significant drop. Euro USD. So Euro USD, definitely expecting the bulls to step into this market. They did not. So since yesterday, we had a push down, push back up, very consolidative nature upon this resistance level. So instead of this resistance level, I'm actually going to tap this one because there's more significance here than there was at the lower level. So this level here at 1.0947. That's the level in which we have our resistance, and our support still remains at 1.08225. Looking at the RSI, we can see we are upon 50, looking like the trend is going down, but nonetheless still upon 50, so consolidative. Price is tapping that 50 SMA level, so it could be a test before push higher, but we do not know. Moving on to the 1 hour, we can see that the market spiked. So in terms of the spike, we can actually observe here on the 1 hour. Markets found some support at 1.09029, created wick rejections, pushed higher, found the resistance at 1.0945, and then pushed back down to the downside. So very interesting. It didn't push immediately. We actually had majority of our movements this morning at 9 o'clock. But interesting movements in the markets. It could be seen that the bears are stepping in, but it is a very unconfirmed assumption at this current time. We have to wait for further movements in this market. That being said, the bullish trend line has been broken. On the 1 hour, markets are trading below the 50 MA, and price is trading below the 50 moving average. So interesting, because in the higher time frame it's consolidating, on the lower time frame it's bearish. So keep that in mind as you trade in this market. We can scalp on the lower time frame, but we can see that it's very much in a consolidative phase at the moment. So not much being provided there. But we'll keep an eye out and observe and see what happens. Looking at Euro JPY. So Euro JPY had a spike to the downside this morning, but it's still very much bullish. We can see the RSI trading between 50 and 70. That's a bullish confluence. Price trading above the 50 moving average. Great to see, still very bullish. And all this was a break and retest of the 162.35 level. So on the 4 hour, still very bullish. Let's move on to the 1 hour. We can observe price had a quick spike to the downside at 9 o'clock, followed by a push up at 10 o'clock. So it was very quick, very not unjustified, but it was very quick, and the markets quickly corrected to that movement. If we were to just observe the moving average, it tested the moving average and then broke back above the moving average. So that's a bullish confluence right there. We had a push below the 50 RSI, and now we are back at 50, so it's consolidating on the RSI. And then again, like I mentioned, the test of the 162.3 level. So if we had, I think it's a buy limit at this level, price would have tapped into there and then pushed higher in a prime entry opportunity, something I do want to practice with moving forward. No real entry opportunities here that I could identify aside from that spike, but it is what it is, and yeah, still looking for longs here. On the USD JPY, bulls are still very much in control. We can see the break above the 50 SMA, the 50 moving average, as well as price trading between 50 and 70 on the 4-hour RSI. So, two bullish confluences followed by a bullish trend line that's being respected, as well as a break and retest level on a bullish factor that's being retested, that's been retested, and price is pushed higher. Although in that bearish trend line, it does appear that this trend line has been tested and price is continuing to make highs. So still looking for longs here per the 4-hour time frame. Moving into the 1-hour time frame, we can see price is in a bit of a consolidative phase after that break. Price tested, provided some entries at around midnight. It was just consolidating around after midnight and then 10 o'clock pushing higher. Price trading above that 50 moving average. It tested, pushed higher off that 50 moving average, and is trading between 50 and 70 on RSI. So 3 bullish confluences there, very much looking for longs. Price is on an impulse move, thus we'll have to wait for a correction before looking for a long entry. Okay, so that is the analysis for the major pairs. Let's just take a look at what's happening in the other markets. On the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin is consolidating, still within that 84,080 and that 78,000 to 85,000 range. Very tight consolidation, as we can see. CHF continuing to make some bullish strides, definitely still looking for longs here. Seems to be in a bit of an impulse move, which is great to see. We'll wait and see. Perhaps we'll get an opportunity of the support level here. Seems that there's some long buys there, and this supports the RSI theory being at 50 and SMA being very close to that level. So looking for a trade out there. And yeah, overextended on the RSI towards the bullish side. So slight drop before push up. Definitely still bullish on that pair. DXY on the 4-hour, very bearish. Very, very bearish. It's actually been a while since I've analyzed the DXY. So let's just do it from a nice high time frame. So as we can see, we have very much the bears in control of the DXY. We are tapping overextended regions on the RSI, on the daily, and strong bullish trend with price trading far below the 50 SMA. So it's clear that there's intense dollar weakness in the market at the moment. Where it finds support, I don't know. It seems to be finding support right now at this pivot level here at 103.53, but not enough to actually push the market higher. And if it does push higher, we're still within a bearish trend line. And that bearish trend line, you know, it's actually could just be a break and retest level. Price could come back up, test this level, and then at 106.0 keep falling. So very bearish dollar at the moment. As for the EXY, which is the Euro index, I'm just going to remove all these indicators because, like I said, it's been a while since I checked this out. Markets are very bullish at the moment. So where there's dollar weakness, there's euro strength. Now, I think this is just off the back of dollar weakness. I think dollar is just dictating the strength that the euro has. I still think that this pair is fundamentally weak and it doesn't have its own moves in the market yet. When the euro market's fundamentally weak. So, despite its super bullish nature, it did move up on a very strong impulse move, and thus it has the power to collect all this liquidity all the way down before pushing higher. It is finding some resistance here at 109.46 or 109.4, and we could see a push down, potential retest at 105.11 before push higher. So yeah, still super strong, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Yen has been the surprising factor. Yen had a strong spike up, strong spike down, and now it is on the impulse move to the upside. And we can see it has broken that lower high that was created. It's broken and is currently retesting. So very interesting. Could see further yen strength in the coming days, and definitely looking forward to seeing that. Keep that in mind, please, with the analysis with Euro, Yen, and USD Yen. I think that although we are looking for longs on that pair, this index could be telling us that we could have further Yen strength. But of course, we will trade what we have, and currently the trend is very much bullish for both those markets, so we will keep looking for longs. But this index does indicate we could see shorts in the long term. So yeah, very interesting, and we will do some research on the yen. The VIX, I do need to update the fundamental sheet, and I will do a video on the fundamental sheet. It appears that the VIX is increasing, so it could be that there is a risk. The risk in the market is actually getting lower, and people are less risky at the moment. So silver is making highs. We could see a market trade here with silver. Actually, I was analyzing it yesterday. We can see that on the daily time frame, we are trading very much between 50 and 70 RSI. That's bullish. Price is trading above the 50 SMA. That's bullish confluence again. Bullish trend line, bullish confluence, and price is just making higher highs, higher lows. So yeah, I mean, if you get an opportunity to trade off silver currently, and it's put on the correction move, on a consolidation actually, if you look at the 1 hour, but could be seeing some spikes here, and prime opportunity is just to take some longs, see where the market lands. We can see it's not in the overextended region. On the 4 hour, daily may be slightly overextended, so trade with caution. But for the most part, there's still space for this market to run. And that is pretty much our analysis for the week ahead. There's a few new things I'm actually checking out, but I think I'll do a separate video on that just to explain the confluences I'm looking for. Let's take a look at fundamentals and see what's happening today. Okay, fundamentals for today. We can see that we had some yen news this morning. We'll take a look at that and see what happened. I think it was just the BOJ speaking. So Bank of Japan keeps rates steady as Trump tariff casts a shadow. Interesting. So the monetary policy, the rates are hold steady. That's good to know. That's pretty much just pace of rate hikes depend on economic data. That makes sense. Okay, so today with USD, we have red folder news, so strong fundamental day at 8 p.m. Oh, that's late. So most of the day we're trading just technicals. So it's just an FOMC statement and press conference. So I don't think we're going to get so much movement off this, but we'll definitely get movements off tomorrow. Sure. Unemployment claims tomorrow. A lot of pound news and CHF news tomorrow as well. Okay, so I think today, very much technical day until we hit 8 p.m. And I think after 8 p.m., we're going to get some major movements in the market. So that is my analysis for today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe, leave some comments for what you want to see next. Doing a revamp of the channel, going to find new ideas to implement. As always, this is not financial advice, but rather just my personal opinions on what's happening in the markets. Anyways, catch you next time. Happy trading, everyone. Cheers.